Hey guys! Alright, today we're going to introduce you to mosaics. So, a mosaic is a type of picture, but instead of being made from a drawing or a painting, it's made from small pieces of tile, known as tessera, being added together. So you can see right here, this is a historic mosaic that they're coming in and they're restoring. Let's look at why these were helpful. So, in the Middle Ages, most people could not read, so they didn't know stories like the Bible stories that they would be told. And, they didn't know their rulers because it's not like you had a photograph. So one of the ways you could have had them see either stories or people that were supposed to be important was you could use a painting on the wall that's called a fresco. But that paint was made of eggs and paint pigment, and it didn't always last very long. However, if they used mosaics, which are made of little ceramic tiles or glass, and sometimes even gold tiles, then those lasted for a very long time. And so mosaics got to be a really popular way to show those different things. For example, here is the Empress of the Byzantine Empire, Emperor Theodosia. So you can see we've got a real clear picture of her, and this has lasted centuries. Now, you can see up close, these are the little tessera. Sometimes you'll see them being incredibly even, and sometimes you'll see them being very uneven. It just depends on who's making it and what look they're going for. You'll notice there is space in between them. That is called grout. In our paper, it's just going to be regular paper. But if we were putting these tiles together with cement, then that grout would be what's in between. So I've got several different examples for you so you can see how even though it chops up the photo and essentially pixelates it, we can still see those things working. And you can find them all over. One of the coolest places to find them, if you ever go to New York City, is in the subway. So every single subway station has a special theme and mosaic, like this one. This is close to some of the gardens. Another really cool place to see mosaics, if you're ever in Barcelona, is some of the houses and the parks that Antonio Gaudi created. And he not only used mosaic pieces, but he also recycled things from broken pottery. So you'll see lots of cool patterns in his work. So here are some of the benches in this park that overlooks the city. And a lot of times he also included mosaics on his sculptures to give them color that would be longer lasting than just painting it. Now, people who were not famous have also done mosaics. For example, here's somebody who covered their entire house in mosaics, including mosaics made from seashells. This is a mosaic made from metal bottle caps. One made from the free credit card and gift cards they used to send you in the mail. This is another one from credit cards. One made from plastic bottle caps. So you can see that the key is that we've got the sum of the parts. The parts aren't all exactly perfectly equal, and that we're fitting them together to make a general area of color. So we are going to be doing that, but we're going to be doing it on paper. You guys will have colored paper. I have white paper right now just so it's easier for you to see. The first thing we're going to need to do is that we're going to need to divide this paper into fours. It'll help us with our drawing. So you've done this trick before, but I'm going to match up my corners. I'm going to pinch it, pull down with my pencil so it pulls it to the middle of the paper, and mark. I'll repeat that on the other side, pull down, and mark. Alright, now I've got it here. Now I'm going to match up the corners going the opposite direction so that I can also mark the middle of the short side. Once again, I'm holding it. I want to make sure it's not shifting on me. Then I'm going to pull downward with the tip of my pencil and mark. Pulling downward with the tip of my pencil, and I'm going to mark. Alright, you can use any straight edge that you have access to go ahead and get yourself a straight line. The easiest thing for you guys is your folder. Since I don't have a folder sitting right here, I'll use this piece of paper to help me out. And I'm just going to very lightly connect those lines so that I can see the four quadrants of my paper. Okay. Now we are going to be making mosaics with owls. So I've got several simple step-by-step owls so that you're not going to be too stressed about it. There's 7, I believe, at your table. And they just help you figure out how to draw the owl step by step. And you'll notice I also divided the drawing into 4 so that you can kind of see where you should be on your paper. Because if we're just drawing this big, then making it into a mosaic is going to be very, very hard. Instead, I want to pay attention to where it is here, and that's how much of it I need to take up here. So I see this comes pretty much to the edge. It makes a big circle coming up. There's a little bit less of the circle in this part because I see there's some over here. And then definitely less of the circle down here than there is up here. Maybe not quite halfway down. Just about halfway down. We'll say about here. And it's okay if it's not perfect. This is just to get you some basic shapes so that you will have more than just, the beginning. Okay? Step 2 says, I'm going to come right here and add in. Okay. And I can go to 3. Oh, okay, so right where that add in is, I'm going to make a curve and back. Okay. Ooh, these are going to have big old circles. And this does come and meet that little spot I made for his delightful little beak. That looks about halfway on my paper, so we'll go there. And this circle looks like it comes from behind and goes close to over here. Alright. Those big giant owl eyes. Alright, then they made a circle inside. So now that I've got most of my basic shapes, you'll notice it doesn't have that 4-part quadrant anymore. That's because I've got enough basic shapes to work from here. I can go again. I notice this one bumps here. And then I see the eye. This one goes all the way around here. And then I see the eye. Okay. And so I continue to go until I have gotten all of my pieces on. Oh, okay, I see what we're doing. So I'm going to pause you guys so you can see the last part. Alright, so now I've got my owl. I'm finished drawing, and I'll be ready to go in and use my tessera next week to start putting it together. We'll see y'all soon. Good luck!